Hello ladies and gents, it is I, Apex Ellis, and you join me as we are here on Map Painter the game, sorry, EU4, as we take England and paint the world red and eventually turn into Great Britain. In the last episode we started painting this green area a nice lovely red, because red is the colour that we all want to be. However, look at this, we got the French painting a bit of the area blue. That's not going to stand for much longer. We also expanded our lands. You can see over here we've got the Caribbean lands. Portugal have got some land there as well, which of course we will need to change in the future. And in America we've started to land and create our own. I don't know what it could be. It could one day be the US of A. Could remain the 13 colonies. We'll have to wait and see. If it all goes to plan, we'll have this whole area. So in this episode we're going to expand even more, continue to grow our colonial empire, and look at where else we can expand, whether that's going to be taking on the Mamluks and taking this lovely little land here called Cyprus, which, you know, is ours by right because we are Britain. Is there an island? It must be ours. Or maybe we can look at the Congo or Benin, or maybe even let's have a war with Morocco to take this land that they thought was theirs. So without further ado, let's jump on into the world of 1528. So anytime we can force the Act of Union, that is going to be something that we are going to be doing shortly. I can't remember what we were waiting for. There was something we were waiting for, and I can't remember what it was. I might just do it now. Oh, I forgot to say, please go grab your cups of tea, go grab your umbrellas. We're going to go for a bit of a slow start, so, you know, if you need to get in from the rain, go do that. Or if you just want to make yourself a brew, settle down. Like I said, there's not going to be much happening for the first part of this video, just while I try and remember exactly what I was doing, because it's been a while since I've played this save. And I just wanted to remember. So we had the war here, where we expanded. We left the Royal Army down here. And who did we send up here? Oh, we're sending who's up in here? It is Captain Sharp's regiment. They're coming back home. What was I waiting for to form Great Britain? That is the question. Oh, I was waiting for this to end, wasn't I? Because it is a parliament issue. So 1533. So we're going to do 5 years, and then we're going to form the UK or Great Britain. So I think the next war is going to be against Morocco. So we are going to start building our spy network. And I think a war with France is going to be inevitable too. And if I remember rightly, what we wanted to do is Great Power Act, no, favours. Reduce opinion. We're going to upset the Papal States because we are planning on leaving. Our work, which is our work. That's our work. That's fine. You go ahead. We're going to make them fall out with France. Yeah. so Rappahannock. So they've got fur, tobacco. I think we're going to go with tobacco. Yeah, tobacco. We'll go with tobacco. And we'll then expand here. Get the next military tech. And that's not great, is it? Supply limit 25. Terrain +6. Supply limit efficiency base owner. Coastal development. So we are going to have to split these in half. Which one's this one? Over here. Cape Sable. And you know what, let's make Canada. Let's make it a naval power. We'll make it have all the naval powers, I think. Let's do that, that'll be quite interesting. So we've got colonialism against Brittany, so where have they expanded to? Like mad lads. So Brittany has gone dies. Right, so Grain Coast. See, I almost feel like with the Grain Coast we should have grain. I feel like that's the right thing to do. We're gonna go grain. It's obviously not. It's not. It's not the best option, but it's thematic. It's called Grain Coast. Why is it called Grain Coast? Because it has grain. So we'll do that, and that then leaves us with a bit of a jump to here, or shall we? Let's Mexico claimed by Portugal. Have they claimed Colombia? No. Let's go to Colonial La Plata. Right, we can stop doing that for now. We don't need to do that anymore. We'll drill there. Conquest, reconquest, colonialism. We could reconquest that. And we're still at war with a lot of the minor nations. So where can we go? We're gonna go with Morocco, but we do need to reform the army, because fighting in Africa, you may not be aware, but it's a bit hot in Africa, so fighting wars in it isn't really good for the Brit. I mean, there's not a lot of tea, it's not wet, it's not clammy, it's very dry and hot. And you'll find that the average English person probably isn't the biggest fan of that, to be fair, especially in this era. You know, it's not grey, we're not at our best. Right, let's go to the templates, and we're going to go with a 23. Four, knock that down a bit, and then 7, and we'll call this Tech 11 so we know where we're up to. Oh, someone has expanded, so we can get another merchant. So let's have a look. So we've got England here, and let's transfer trade power from the Ivory Coast now. So we are slowly starting to see. Look at that. Trade value is 36.35. Is that the best at the moment? Yeah, Venice is falling. Genoa seems to be doing okay at the moment, and so is Sevilla. We are just starting to really... You'll see this number go... Look, it's already just gone up again. 39.5. You're going to see it explode sooner or later. We are going to have a trade post there sooner or later. Just not quite decided when yet. And these guys, we're going to get an explorer. We're going to upgrade those, and then they are going to start exploring furthermore. We'll go back up to this speed. No Benin, they're going to stay. So we can go to war with Jolof, allied to Morocco, and independence guaranteed by Songhai. We've already beaten these before, so we know that we can do it again. We have the Age of Reformation now. Uncertain times are ahead. That's perfectly fine. We'll leave it be, because we know we don't want to really do that. Self-governing. Yeah, so we're okay for now. Oh, who was that? That was a bit low. Ireland. We need to improve relations with Ireland. Slaver Great Songhai event. The Slaver Great Sultan happens. Wolof gains 2 base production. This concept and offered our traders in Wolof a monopoly on slave trade in his lands. In return for trading with him, they have supplied us so that he offers a guarantee of steady and growing supply with his protection. We'll go for it for now, just because it gives us the extra production. But I do know that eventually we will be banning slavery, so we'll go for now. And we'll see how it goes. Karoo. So we don't need to be finger with this one. Go with that's sufficient enough. Improve relations plus 10%. Right, okay, cool. So we could quite easily Get the Forlorn Hope. We might send it down here. We'll take the West African coast of Morocco here. Have the war with Jolof to confirm that this is our coast. Yeah, let's do that. But first, we'll need to grab this. We're going to need to build a few of these. So I'm going to keep doing it on the landlocked bits and London, because obviously everything's in London. And I think that just works nicely. And then obviously we'll have the naval ones on the coast. General Guy Howard has died, because of course he was our 3-star general. What's that? The AI knows you have a 3-star general? Well, that's not going to last. So Protestant is expanding quite nicely. We're exploring down here. Age of Reformation, we have unified culture. Not got a colonial empire yet, but we are working on that. It shouldn't be too much longer, I don't think. I could even have a war here. Let's have a dawn of a new era. We're gonna love being English. Maybe not. Bit controversial, that statement. So we've got regimental camps building. So we've got the extra that. Shipbuilding time minus 10%, but we don't need to build a ship just yet. So we've got the 50-52. How is our manpower pool looking? It's not looking too bad. We'll just go one more year, I think. Like I said, we'll go for this year. We'll wait for the Parliament to finish, form Great Britain, and then we shall really start to rule the waves. Start to form Pax Britannica. So, where am I going? So we give less tax amount but increase its value for trade. Local missionary strength minus 20. No, we'll wait for that, because what I want to be able to do is we will. We want to make these into. I don't know actually. Let's wait a minute anyway. We'll wait while we form Great Britain, and then we'll make our decision what we're going to do. I mean, thematically, you know, in history, he did say this, so we're going to go with Henry is going to say this, because he did say that. That's why he got given Protector of the Faith. And then obviously he changed his mind. Oh, iron production. We're going to go with iron. Excellent. So the 13 colonies has formed. So that's good. And we are going to call it the 13 colonies. And establish naval supplies there as well. Oh, France, 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 what are you doing? Right, okay, so go there. You go there. Right, I think we're going to have some slight changes of plan because France is just getting a bit too big for its britches. So we'll have to have a look, see what we can do to try and get France to get Castile to break this alliance. Let's improve relations with Portugal. We're no longer really competing with them now. We're done. We're done there. That one. That one. That's a big one. So there's France with the block there, and Denmark. So Denmark is allied with Hamburg and Mecklenburg. And it's got right. Denmark. We're gonna have to have words. Get rid of that there. We're gonna upgrade all these. Build another flute. Make it 35. Attack 11 there. What we've got is that next one. Diplomats and general cost minus 10%. Okay. Oh, who's blocked me? It is France or Denmark with a block. That's fine, we'll go here. And we will improve relations. We're going to stop that there. I'm going to start out there because we're having different plans now. I can't abide this by Denmark. This is outrageous. The new world is ours, not Denmark's. So HMS Invincible HMS Victory, sorry, will lead the fleet once more into action. Soon, I promise. And we will take this land from Denmark, take that from Denmark, take that from Denmark. And then we're going to take France, I think. Here we go. Straight away, no messing. Colonialism. It's time to deal with France. France with Denmark. A true Englishman, we've got France on the brain. That needs to hide. We need to build another one of those. There you go, look at that fleet. very quickly disappeared under the watchful eyes. Here we are, so that's now ended, so we are going to go with oh, we have to be at peace, so we will go with start a debate. We'll get some colonists. And where can we go for a colonist? Oh, Portugal is testing me. Testing my patience is Portugal. So we've got America there, we've got Canada. Let's go with Colombia. Right. Let's get Captain Sharp's boys. In we go to the north of Denmark. And look, Denmark isn't even challenging right now. It's just kind of gone, yep. Not today, not for me. We will make landfall. Grant New World Charter, that's colonial range. Do I want to do that? Yeah, we'll do that. Dissolution of the Monasteries Act. Yep, we'll go with that one. We shall now start our slow release from the church. Let's gain the stability. We'll change that, and that one, and that one. Got to expand the Royal Navy. We can now build man of wars. Extra diplomat. So look, Denmark sent out a fleet there. Very brave of them. Very foolish. Because look, they've been intercepted. And that then has allowed... Or have they just avoided it? Recall, they just avoided our fleet. Not quite sure how they avoided it, but they did. There we go, that's that one. "13 colonies growing," and why is that not allowing me? to just take. I'm sure it used to just let me take, but it's not doing. Kind of proto. We're going to go with livestock down here. So look, they are starting to be a bit poor, these ones. Now we're not getting the +1. But that's okay, we'll quickly expand it. Become more powerful. So how are we doing? Is everyone... No debt. No debt. They've got some debt, we'll pay that off. Scotland, no debt. 13 colonies. We've got no debt at the moment. They may start having debt though while they expand. That's to be expected. Over here you can see that Denmark is already falling. So if we go over here and we go yoink, 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 it's not far off already, so we'll take that land. Once these have fallen, this should be enough. Slowly Stronger in the book seems to enjoy giving us that one. And Castile still at war, painfully. Because all we really want is to get them to have peace, so that we can then make them dissolve this alliance with France. And then we should be okay in a war against France. I don't think they can hold us. We'll keep that for now, I suppose. Right, go on then. Let's fight this army here. Send in Captain Sharps. And at this point it's a foregone conclusion, we're literally losing 1,000 every tick. We're losing about 200. And... Skadoosh. Not a stack wipe though, but if we chase them down it'll be a stack wipe. Nice and simple. So, the War of Portugal will obviously require us to take this out. That battle happened. Denmark lost. They are very close to giving us what we want. Which is all this land, so that we can form Canada, home of maple syrup. So Austria once again at war with France. Interesting. What is France's war? Attack against two Sicilies in the French-Sicilian Unification War. Wowzer. Why wasn't I involved in that one? Oh yeah, I had my own war. Yeah, they must have had a victory somewhere, because suddenly they're okay. There. There. Done. War is done. We can now colonize Canada. Excellent. Price of fur, and we get 500 ducats. What are we falling out with? Religious turmoil. That's going to happen. And so, without further ado, it is time to join with the Scots and form a union so terrifying that even today the whole world wants us to pay for what we did. So we'll go with that one, that one, that one, that one. We'll give some crownlands up for now. Yes please, here we are. Rule Britannia. Great Britain has formed. Oh, just look at it in its glorious redness. Now, let's concentrate development. And then expand here. Create that as a state as well. We'll give a Lothian a seat in Parliament because it was a capital. When the other seat we'll give to Gloucester. So we have sailed around Africa and we'll gain a permanent claim on South Africa. Got the Acts of Union, so minus 10%, 100% autonomy in the Britain region. Lose 10 years of separatism, all gravy. Develop British identity. Unlock the Act of Cultural Unity Parliament issue. Okay. There. There. And here we are. Let's have a look where we are. Let's get rid of those ones. They can go there. Second fleet, that can go there. Okay. That can be dissolved as well. Expand that. Castile still wanting to stay in that war, which is really frustrating me. Let's send that one there to here. Upgrade those ones. Gonna love being English. Well, British now. They're not gonna love being English. They're gonna love being British. So what we've got then for the new ideas, we've got the Acts of Union, diplomatic annexation cost, which I think we're going to do with Norway. I think that's our next bet. Minus 15% and governing capacity plus 10%. We've got global settler increase and plus tariffs. National unrest minus 1. We've got technology cost minus 5%, discipline plus 5%, goods produced modified plus 20%, and we're going to get the naval thing at the end there. Well, I'd say it's pretty strong. Pretty strong bonuses for forming Great Britain. Not the strongest, there are obviously stronger ones. Two Sicilies, it's looking like they are going to be under a union. It's a shame I can't join that war. Let's grab that there. And we're going to go with another dockyard, and is there any up here that's landlocked? That's landlocked, but it's building something? Oh, it's changing culture. St. John. St. John can go with naval supplies. And we're not going to call it Newfoundland. No, 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 no. We are going to call it Canada. Because we love Canada. Everything about Canada. The Mounties, the moose, the maple syrup. The fact that it's not America. But, you know. No, I'm joking. I've got nothing against America or Canada. They're both great nations, rich history, good allies with the UK. Right, let's have a look here. We'll go with fur is sufficient. Yeah, fur is sufficient because I've just had a thing to say that it's going to be worth more. We'll send our final colonist here. From there, the 13 colonies can kind of look after themselves. Denmark desperately trying to make something happen. Continue exploring. France still at war. I'm not quite ready for a war with two major powers. But I do really want to kind of put France back in its place in terms of its colonial empires. Or maybe I should let it expand and just have Canada be stronger, so they can take it. So we'll improve relations, and then we will merge with Norway. What else have we got here? Could we have the war with France? I keep looking at the war with France as a viable option. Excellent. Yes, break alliance, France. Yes, there we go. Right, declare war. Let's go with No, we'll go with retake. And Castile won't join me, but they're not going to be against me, which is fine. So let's go. Let's have this war with France. We're going to do it, boys. Going in. with them at war with Austria, we might have a chance. So I've gone for the reconquest of Armagnac, I think it was. But realistically, I'll probably be okay sacrificing Armagnac if I got the colonial aspects of everywhere. Like if I took these, which I think the 13 colonies are going to help me do, and if I took this from France. I mean, Armagnac and Maine would be nice just to weaken France, but it's not going to be the end of days for me if it doesn't happen. I do think we're going to need to bring in our other army. In fact, oh wait a minute. First go there. Oh dearie me. It came a bit too soon. Retreat. The army came just a little bit too soon. I thought it was going to be more distracted with Austria, to be honest, but apparently not. So let's go down here with the fleet. As we destroy a French fleet there. Diplotech. Grab that. What did I just lose? 6 from the North Sea trade fleet. Right, let's put these in port then. So I'm going to build another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That down there. Come on, come on, come on. On hindsight, I should have moved these before, but I didn't. Look at this, the French are that powerful that we don't even need to really send their army, the full army, to deal with me. They could still be going there, dealing with them. This war may have been the wrong move. Call to arms, how far off are they? They have a truce with France, of course they do. And obviously Austria are already getting their asses whooped. Getting their derrieres tenderised by the French. Okay, we'll do as the Pope requests. Only so we can go with Holy War. See, sometimes it's useful. Right, so there's that one. So we'll send them in there. Right, let's go. So you come in with quite a lot of troops, 15,000 artillery. Blooming Nora. Killing fields. Oh, that was painful on both sides, that. Both sides took a lot of casualties then. I'm gonna love being English. I could have sworn it should have been British at this point. Number of allies at least 3. Is Portugal not my ally anymore? Mainland at least 3. Currently no. All allies has its capital in Europe. Opinion of Great Britain is at least 100. 150. That'll be it, won't it? We did do an upsee with them. So we've got on this French army. Still 13,000 cannon. Where'd they got all these cannons from? They have a lot of cannon, don't they, the French? They do have very rich lands, to be fair, so that's probably how they've got the cannons. The Irish have just kind of thrown away their army. They could have stayed with me and they would have been safe. British army will come in. We'll fight the Swiss with their army knives. French are coming in too to bolster. Oh, it's a whitewash, really. I can't explain how painful it is watching that. Maybe the war with France was ill-advised. we've got here? Colonial venture, naval supplies. And so Canada's been formed, so I don't need to worry about that one. We'll go back to Colombia now. Look, I know when we beat that's an army that I don't think we're going to win against. If I'm being horribly honest to myself. I think that the time to have fought the French is at the start. I've let them get a bit too powerful. However, I don't really have many options because, well, I'm in this war now. And I seemingly can't do anything to stop the French. Let's have a look at the ledger. Military, armies, and look at France. They've still got 18,000 manpower. I've got nothing. And they outnumber me in every field. I do think we're going to go to the end of the year and we'll call it there for now for this episode. The next episode will obviously continue this war with France, see if we can pull anything back, whether it's just a case of maybe try and snipe a few colonies from them. But for now the Irish are going to lose their army there. We could quite easily try and starve them with a blockade. Maybe start building some man of wars. So we're still gaining money. Ah, here we are. I think we're going to call it here, because I think the next one we're going to start the Church of Great Britain, the Church of England, and Anglicanism. But until then, guys, I want you all to stay safe. If you'd like what you watch, give us a like. Maybe make some comments. You can tell me where I've gone wrong. You know, trying to fight the big blue blob is probably the start. If you want to continue watching the series, watch me play this really badly, so you can all, you know, feel great about your playthroughs, because I bet you've not done the same mistakes that I've had. Give it a subscribe. We're going to keep going. If I get enough people interested in more EU4 content, I am thinking of maybe doing an Austria run. You know, bring back the chin, but maybe, you know, make it so that Austria isn't just this tiny little, well, it's barely 3 provinces now, is it? After its wars with France, it's lost the empire. Yeah, maybe do a run with them. Maybe a run as Florence. But anyway, thanks for all watching. Until next time, God save the King and rule Britannia.